Did you see that? The entitlement. We can't do this to our professors. So guys, in this video, we are going to talk about the admission requirements if you are applying for a master's degree here in Canada. The process here for a master's degree is completely different and it's more challenging if you compare it to a college diploma or a college certificate. Master's degree will have a different set of requirements, and there are three major requirements here that I'll be mentioning in this video that are really important. Those requirements will help you get into the program. So this information is based on our experience helping international students lately getting into a master's degree. So get your pen and paper and make sure you take note of this. So apart from, the usual requirements like college degree, college transcript, English test, number one in my list is the letter of intent. This is different from the letter that you will be using for your student visa. This letter is intentionally for your admission. So the school wants to see if you have experience already. So if you will be taking a master's degree, it's recommended that you have already at least 2 years experience. In the letter of intent, they will be asking you what are your experience so far that is related to the program. They will also ask you if you have already a leadership skills, right? So lately I have this student who weren't able to finish her bachelor's degree in the Philippines. So we thought that she won't be able to apply for a master's degree, but we didn't realize that some universities here in Canada can also accept you even without a bachelor's degree back home. So that was our misconception before. So if you have a work experience, tons of work experience, but you don't have a bachelor's degree, you can still apply for a master's degree. And that's the main reason why you need to have a comprehensive resume. The resume should include your work experience related to the program. You need to mention in your resume, did you had like a full-time job or a part-time job related to the program? Have you had an internship or volunteer experience? Going back to that letter of intent, they will also ask you, how are you going to use this program after you finish this? How are you going to get that higher position? They will ask you, what's your plan after this program? And then in the last part of your letter, you need to mention how are you going to contribute to the program. If you have work experience, how are you going to be involved during the class discussion? So really having a work experience, you can highlight that in your letter, especially if it's related to the master's degree. So let's say your bachelor's degree before is different from, the master's degree that you'll be taking here in Canada. They will look into your work experience. Also, if you did not meet the 3.0 GPA, the only thing that can help you get into a master's degree is your work experience. Like, work experience for a master's degree is king. So have your resume ready, make sure you have your letter of intent, and another thing that you will also need to include in your application for a master's degree is your references. So let's say you graduated 10 years ago. So now when you find someone to give you a reference letter, it could be your coworker, it could be your supervisor, your manager, someone that can give you a reference letter, someone who could write you a proper reference letter. So in that reference letter, it needs to include some information about your work ethics. How were you when you used to work before? Were you able to communicate properly? Your communication skills are really important. And how were you when you used to, work on a project before? Are you good in collaborative approach? Those are really important to be included in the reference letter. So find someone who used to supervise you before, and also someone that is reliable, someone that is responsive, because the admission office will contact your referee. So if you don't respond to the admission officer, your process during admission will be stuck, right? You won't be able to get into the master's degrees. Another thing that is really important as well when you're applying for a master's degree, but it does not apply to everyone, is your portfolio. So let's say you're an architect, or let's say you're a graphic designer and you'll be applying for a master's degree in fine arts. They'll be asking for a proper, comprehensive portfolio. So the admission officer or the school admission will give you an outline on what they want to see, how many they want to see, but you just have to make sure that you prepare ahead. And one problem that I have encountered so far with our students who used to work with an agency before, they'll just apply the student to a university with the easy admission requirements, because they don't want to do the legwork, right? But for us, if your program is at UBC or University of Calgary, or if it's in University of Regina, we will help you get into that university. We're not just limited to the schools that we are only affiliated.
$1 is mine.
Let's try the bagnet. Since wala tayong magawa, we'll try to find some free stuff. So we saw this clock, free siya. So puntahan natin siya today. And then meron pang iba, table and chair. So we got our free stuff. I think that one is around $300 Canadian, and I got it for free. Still usable. Diba? Saya-saya ko. But going back to our topic today, did you see that the entitlement from the students? I mean, sobrang dali na nga ngayon ng aral compared before. During our time, you don't have AI, you don't have ChatGPT. And when I do my assignments, I have to get it out of my head. Hindi ko magets yung kakapalan ng mukha ng mga students na to. And you doing this, it's just ruining the reputation of, international students, the rest of international students. I mean, during my time at NSCC, if you do this, if you get caught cheating or plagiarism, you are not gonna pass the program. They're gonna automatically fail you on that program. Or not the program itself, but the course. I mean, we know that coming from our country, from the Philippines, they're very strict, right? We can't do this to our professors. Kasi pag ginawa mo to sa professor mo, hindi ka nasisikatan ng araw bukas.